Did you know that the secret to a happier, more peaceful old age might actually be about what you choose to do less of right now? Sounds surprising, right? In today's video, I'm revealing 5 simple things you can be lazier at, yes, lazier, that will actually boost your happiness and well-being as you get older. Curious to find out what they are? Stick around, because this advice could change your life. And hey, if you want more tips to live your best life at every age, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring content. Let's dive in. Things 1. Stop overworking yourself. The key to a happier, healthier old age. In today's fast-paced world, many of us wear busyness like a badge of honor. We hustle from dawn till dusk, always striving to accomplish more, prove ourselves, and meet endless expectations. But what if I told you that one of the smartest things you can do right now, especially if you want to enjoy a happier and healthier old age, is to stop overworking yourself? That's right, learning to be a little lazier, in this case, can actually be your greatest gift to your future self. Overworking isn't just about long hours at a job. It's also the mental and emotional toll of constantly pushing yourself, sacrificing rest, and neglecting your personal well-being. When you're always on, your body and mind don't get the chance to recharge, which can lead to burnout, chronic stress, and even serious health problems down the line. Think about this. How many times have you stayed late to finish a task that could wait, or said yes to one more responsibility even when you were already overwhelmed? Do you really believe this pace is sustainable for the next 10, 20, or 30 years? What if slowing down now could give you more energy, joy, and peace later? The truth is, resting isn't laziness, it's self-care. When you give yourself permission to slow down, to take breaks, and to say no when you need to, you're actually protecting your physical and mental health. Studies show that chronic overwork increases risks for heart disease, anxiety, and depression. On the other hand, people who balance work and rest tend to enjoy better sleep, stronger immune systems, and greater overall happiness. But how can you start to do this if the world around you values productivity so highly? It begins with changing your mindset. Instead of measuring your worth by how busy you are or how much you accomplish in a day, try to value balance and well-being. Ask yourself, what would happen if I prioritized rest just as much as work? Imagine how your life might change if you stopped pushing yourself so hard and allowed more time for relaxation, hobbies, and connecting with loved ones. Here's a simple practice to start. Schedule regular rest breaks throughout your day, even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes. Use that time to breathe deeply, stretch, or simply close your eyes and let your mind wander. Notice how these small pauses can refresh your energy and improve your focus. Another powerful step is learning to say no. This can be difficult, especially if you're used to helping everyone and taking on more than you can handle. But setting healthy boundaries is essential for long-term happiness. Remember, every yes to something overwhelming is a no to your own peace and well-being. So here's something to really think about. What's the cost of never slowing down? If you keep overworking yourself today, how might that impact your health, your relationships, and your happiness decades from now? Sometimes, the hardest question to answer is the most important one. If you're ready to make a change, start small and be kind to yourself. Being lazier in this way isn't about giving up, it's about choosing a smarter, more joyful path. Things 2. Don't sweat the small stuff. How letting go leads to a happier old age. Life is full of little frustrations, traffic jams, missed appointments, tiny mistakes, or unkind words from strangers. These daily annoyances pile up, and before you know it, they weigh heavily on your mood and outlook. But here's a powerful truth. One of the easiest ways to ensure a happier, more peaceful old age is to simply stop sweating the small stuff. Sounds simple, right? Yet so many of us struggle to let go of those minor irritations. When you hold on to every little inconvenience, you carry unnecessary stress that drains your energy and clouds your mind. Over time, this constant tension can take a serious toll on your mental and physical health. Studies have shown that people who dwell on small problems are more prone to anxiety, depression, and even heart issues. But what if you could train yourself to be lazier in this area, mentally lazier, by choosing not to obsess over every tiny detail or setback? Imagine how much lighter your daily life would feel if you just let go and focused your energy on what truly matters. Here's a question to consider. How much time do you spend each day replaying small annoyances or worries in your head? What would happen if you decided to free yourself from these negative loops? Could you live a calmer, happier life by simply shifting your focus? The great news is, you can. It's all about perspective and practice. Start by recognizing when you're fixating on something small, like a rude comment or a minor mistake, and consciously decide to let it go. Replace that negative thought with something positive, like a memory that makes you smile or a goal you're excited about. Mindfulness techniques, such as deep breathing or meditation, can also help you stay present and reduce overthinking. When your mind wanders to those frustrating small stuff moments, gently bring it back to what's happening right now. You might also find it helpful to ask yourself, will this matter in a week, a month, or a year? Most often, the answer is no. This simple question can shift your mindset from stress to acceptance. Letting go doesn't mean ignoring problems or being careless, it means choosing your battles wisely and preserving your peace for what's truly important: your health, your relationships, and your happiness. Here's something to reflect on. How often have you felt exhausted or unhappy because of something small you refused to release? What if the key to a joyful future was simply learning to relax your grip on life's little troubles? If you're ready to start this journey, begin with small steps. Practice being mentally lazier about the insignificant things and watch how your stress levels drop. Your future self will thank you for the peace and happiness you cultivate today. Things 3. Skip perfectionism. Embrace imperfection for a happier life. Perfectionism, chasing flawless results, endless improvement, and impossibly high standards sounds like a good thing, right? After all, don't we want to do our best and succeed? But here's the surprising truth. Perfectionism can actually steal your joy, drain your energy, and make life harder than it needs to be. And if you want to be happier as you age, learning to be lazier with perfectionism might just be one of the best choices you make. Why? Because perfectionism is exhausting. It keeps you stuck in a cycle of constant worry, self-criticism, and fear of failure. When you expect everything to be perfect, you never feel good enough, and this mental pressure wears you down. You end up spending too much time on tasks that don't really matter and miss out on the simple pleasures of life. Here's a question to think about. How often do you put things off or feel anxious because you want everything to be just right? When was the last time you completed something without obsessing over every detail? And most importantly, how would your life change if you let go of the need to be perfect? Learning to skip perfectionism means embracing imperfection and accepting that good enough is often truly enough. It means giving yourself permission to make mistakes, learn, and grow without harsh judgment. Imagine the freedom of finishing projects without second-guessing every choice, or trying new things without fearing failure. When you let go of perfectionism, you gain time, energy, and peace of mind. You can focus on what really matters: relationships, experiences, and your own happiness, rather than chasing unrealistic ideals. This shift not only reduces stress but also opens the door to creativity and personal growth. Start small. Pick a task or goal where you typically get stuck trying to make it perfect. Challenge yourself to complete it with 80% effort and accept the results as they are. Notice how it feels to release that pressure. You might be surprised by how satisfying it is to simply move forward. Ask yourself, what would happen if you gave yourself permission to be imperfect? How would that change your daily life and your long-term happiness? When you stop demanding perfection, you start living more fully. Remember, life isn't about flawless moments, it's about authentic ones. The quirks, mistakes, and imperfections make your story unique and beautiful. The sooner you accept this, the lighter and happier your journey will become. So, why not try being a little lazier with perfectionism today? Your future self will thank you for the peace and joy that come with embracing imperfection. Things 4. Be lazy with social media. Protect your peace and build real connections. In today's digital age, social media feels like a non-stop whirlwind. Notifications ping constantly, feeds scroll endlessly, and it's easy to get sucked into the drama, comparison, and pressure that come with being always online. But here's an eye-opening truth. Being lazier with social media, not spending less time on it out of obligation, but choosing to engage with it more mindfully, can dramatically improve your happiness and peace, especially as you grow older. Why? Because social media, when overused or misused, can drain your mental energy, foster negative emotions, and distract you from what truly matters: real relationships and living in the moment. Endless scrolling can leave you feeling tired, anxious, or even lonely, despite being connected to hundreds or thousands of people. Have you ever found yourself comparing your life to others on social media, feeling like you don't measure up? Or maybe you've wasted hours caught in meaningless arguments or negative news. If so, you're not alone. These habits can create a constant undercurrent of stress that quietly steals your joy. Here's a question to think about. How often do you use social media as a way to escape boredom or uncomfortable feelings, rather than to genuinely connect or learn? And what if you decided to be lazier, more selective about how and when you engage with these platforms? Being lazy with social media means setting boundaries. It means not feeling pressured to respond immediately, post constantly, or keep up with every trend or debate. It means choosing quality over quantity in your digital interactions and prioritizing real-life conversations and experiences. Start by asking yourself, which social media activities truly bring me joy or value? Which ones drain my energy or cause stress? Once you identify these, you can consciously cut back on the time spent on the negatives and invest more in meaningful connections. Another simple way to be lazier with social media is to schedule specific times to check your accounts instead of being always on. Turn off non-essential notifications so you're not pulled in every few minutes. Use the extra time you gain to do something fulfilling, a walk outside, a hobby, or a chat with a loved one. Imagine the peace of mind you'll gain by freeing yourself from constant digital distractions. You'll have more time and energy to nurture relationships, enjoy your surroundings, and focus on what really matters for your happiness. So, here's something important to reflect on. How much of your energy and attention is currently tied up in social media drama or endless scrolling? What could you do with that energy if you reclaimed it? Could being lazier with social media actually make you feel more connected and alive? Remember, the goal isn't to quit social media completely, unless you want to, but to be smarter and kinder to yourself about how you use it. It's about creating balance and protecting your peace. Things 5. Don't overcommit. The power of saying no for a happier life. In our busy world, it's easy to fall into the trap of overcommitting. We say yes to invitations, projects, and obligations because we want to please others, feel needed, or fear missing out. But over time, this habit can wear you down, leaving you exhausted, stressed, and disconnected from what truly matters. If you want to live a happier, more balanced life, especially as you get older, learning to be lazier with commitments might just be your best life hack. Why is overcommitting so damaging? When you pile too much on your plate, you spread your energy thin. You end up rushing from one thing to the next, barely having time to breathe, let alone enjoy the moment. Your priorities get blurred, and you might find yourself neglecting your own health, rest, and happiness just to keep up with others' demands. Think about it. How often do you feel overwhelmed because you said yes when your gut was telling you no? When was the last time you cancelled plans or turned down an opportunity because you needed time for yourself? If you rarely do this, ask yourself, why not? What fears or habits are keeping you from protecting your time? Here's a liberating truth. Saying no is not selfish. In fact, it's one of the kindest things you can do for yourself and those around you. When you say no to what doesn't serve your well-being, you say yes to your health, your peace of mind, and your ability to show up fully for what really matters. Being lazier with commitments means choosing your time and energy wisely. It means learning to prioritize rest and joy over endless activity. It means recognizing that your time is precious and deserves to be spent on what uplifts you, not drains you. A simple way to start is by practicing a pause before saying yes. When someone asks you to take on something new, give yourself permission to take a moment, an hour, a day, or even longer, to consider if it fits with your priorities and energy levels. Don't feel pressured to respond immediately. Ask yourself, does this commitment bring me joy, growth, or value? Or will it add stress and take time away from my rest and happiness? What might I gain by saying no more often? Imagine how your life would change if you freed yourself from the weight of too many obligations. You'd have more time to relax, pursue hobbies, spend quality moments with loved ones, and focus on your own well-being. This balance is crucial for long-term happiness. Remember, it's okay to say no without guilt. Setting boundaries is a sign of strength, not weakness. Your future self will thank you for the peace and energy you preserve today. So here's something to reflect on. How much happier and healthier could you be if you said no a little more often? What would you do with the extra time and energy? Conclusion. Thank you so much for watching. If you found even a little bit of value in these simple but powerful tips on being lazier in the right ways to enjoy a happier, healthier life, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 5 lessons resonated with you the most? Or maybe you've already started practicing one of them? Drop your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your story could inspire someone else on this journey. And if you know someone who could benefit from this advice, please share the video with them. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more life-changing content. Your support means the world.